Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. In today's video, I am going to be unboxing my Writual box from writualplanner.com. This is for Mabon, which is actually next Thursday. This upload is a little bit late today because I just got back from Tennessee yesterday and I was exhausted, and the box arrived before I left, but I had zero time to film it. So super sorry for the later upload. And another reason is because I wanted to make sure you had all the details and information in the description when I uploaded it. So down below in the description, you're going to find a link that you can use to take you directly to the website. And then from there you can browse their whole website, but this is specifically the Writual Planner box. I don't know if they have any Mabons left or if they would ship in time, so I just caution you to that because again, Mabon is next Thursday. And just as a note, I do get a little bit of commission if you happen to use that URL. So I'd really appreciate that if you would use that to make your purchases. And there's also a coupon code down there for you guys. I believe it gets you 15% off. So that's also super helpful. If you'd like to take that offer. I am also really curious if it works on the Writual boxes. I cannot recall. It should. If it doesn't, let me know just so I know. But otherwise, let's get into it. I'm super excited to unbox it. I do love these boxes so much. So I just, as a little backstory, especially if you're new to the channel, I started getting more interested in kind of like my witchy side, my spiritual side towards the end of last year. And it all kind of kicked off with the fact that I got a free Sabbat workbook from Writual Planner when I purchased some tarot stamps that I wanted to treat myself to around the holidays, and it was for their Black Friday sale that I went ahead and purchased them. They were on a great sale and I would get the workbook for free. So after the first workbook, I was kind of hooked, and then I wanted to kind of deepen my practices around the sabbats and learn more. And so that's kind of how all this got started. And so I started at the beginning of the year. So if you're curious about what other boxes look like, I obviously don't have time right this second, but in future videos, maybe I can put them in like the ID cards. But there are plenty over on my channel to check out. There's one for every Sabbat of this year, so make sure you go and check those out if you want more information. In every box, you're gonna get a card that tells you all the good stuff that's actually in your box, which is super fun. And then you will always get a workbook that will go through the Sabbat with you as well. And what's super fantastic about this is you get, if I can open it, you get like a little welcome, you get history about the Sabbat. So this is the pagan Thanksgiving. It marks the autumnal equinox. I swear I can talk. I'm just super exhausted. This is the second of the harvest season. Obviously we started off with Lunasaw, but this is kind of when we're starting to see gourds, pumpkins, potatoes, grapes, apples. This is their moment to shine. So where are my pumpkin spice bitches at? Bitches and witches. Definitely that. I'm actually not the biggest pumpkin spice girl. I know, clutch your pearls, it's okay. I am more of a salted caramel kind of gal, but I'm noticing my taste buds changing and I am getting more and more into the pumpkin spice, but that's another story for another day. Basically, it's fall, y'all. Like, it is fully here. So we've got the cornucopia, pine cones, seeds. We're definitely getting into those reds and oranges. We're doing more copper and brown and darker yellows than like say your Lethas and your Lunasaws. And if you kind of look at the color wheel, like it's kind of like Letha is like the brightest of the bright yellow. Like we're talking sun, burn your eyes, neon yellow. And then it starts to kind of go towards like Crayola yellow. And then it starts to move into those like mustard colors. Now we're starting to move into like marigolds, and we're looking at, you know, obviously oranges. We're like deepening towards that red. So obviously amber, citrine, cat's eye, adventuring, which I believe is actually green, sapphires and jaspers, obviously reds, and obviously blue with the sapphire. We're still riding the sunflower train. We've been on it. We're going to stay on it. I'm not mad about it. But we're definitely inching towards, again, you know, that darker half of the year and just kind of trying to appreciate, harvest season, and this is where we're starting to get a little bit heavier into preservation as well. So you're eating what's fresh and available. It'll also tell you some astrology stuff as well, go through crystals and herb correspondences. Sorry. Oh, I bet you I have a bunch of these now. I'm really excited though. And I'll be curious to see how the stones compare. Sorry, I'm getting off on tangents already. But there's lots of really great information in this book. But again, it's very much about being grateful, celebrating, eating all the apples. So I am focused a lot around apples. We're talking how you kind of have like a spring cleaning. This is your fall cleaning, because if you think about it, you need to kind of like get the mess out of the house. Think about spring cleaning and fall cleaning. It's like typically the times of the year that you can open up your windows and it's not too terribly unpleasant outside to do so. You can cut the AC, cut the heat, whatever the case may be, and, you know, open up your windows, turn the fans on, dust really good, clean really good. I know I'm planning on trying to get some deep decluttering and deep cleaning done myself. Again, this is around Thanksgiving, so we're talking about gratitude, charity, celebrating just tons of gratitude, and then finding some balance, because what's really great is it's equal hours of darkness and light. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And you know, it's kind of getting into that, it's rooting into balance. And if you think about it, we're also starting to get towards Libra season, which is balance. So it is very like, I feel like a sabbat that's going to get you in that headspace and settle you into fall. Like think about when you start a yoga practice and you kind of have to like wiggle your butt just a little bit just to find like your perfect little seating as you get started. It's like that. We're wiggling our butts and getting situated into fall. There's some rituals that are always given. I want to know more about this apple divination. That could be really fun. There's incense cleansing, lots of room for notes, tarot spreads, which I love, yoga postures in every single book. I also love, and what got me really hooked was the recipes. And I know I've got this like really zoomed out, so you maybe not be able to see every page, and that's okay. I'm definitely really excited. I'm gonna be doing, I am definitely an eclectic witch, but I'm deeply rooted in my kitchen witchery. Like I go all out for sabbats. It's my time. Again, the recipes are really what hooked me on the Yule book, because Jeff and I actually, my partner, we actually cooked some of the recipes and we're going to bring some of them back. It was really fun. It's just like such a nice little treat, because sometimes I do get stumped with all the correspondences. Like what in the world am I going to cook where I'm not eating just straight bread? So just to take a pause, obviously this is eat all the apples. So I'm going to do an apple cinnamon coffee in the morning that I had from Joffrey's, which is kind of like the Disney brand. Go figure. It's a Hocus Pocus coffee I got last year, and it's apples and cinnamon. It's pretty good. I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to make some apple cinnamon overnight oats for myself, which I think is going to be really nice. Maybe put some pecans in there. And it's very protein packed, so I feel like it's a really easy way for me to get kind of a treat breakfast. I actually will be using the brand overnight oats. I'm going to try my best to get this description fleshed out pretty good. So again, I apologize about the later upload today. And then I am definitely going to get into the butternut squash for a lunch option. I will be at work, and I've mentioned this in other videos before, that if I have to work on a Sabbath, I do tend to be a bit crankier, but I am making it my goal to understand that I can't always be home for that. And I am blessed that I am actually remote the day before, so I'll be able to meal prep quite a bit. But I think I'm gonna do a butternut squash ravioli bake so that it's all done, it's all delicious, it's ready to go for me, and it'll be such a warm and comfy treat. Jeff and I were talking about maybe like a butternut squash soup, so that is subject to change, but as of right now, I'm leaning towards the ravioli. So there's that, but I might actually use like some of this as like inspiration for the sauce. And I think that we're gonna do like a sausage, like a sage sausage in that bake as well. So I think that'll come out super tasty. An herb roasted chicken, oh my God, that sounds delightful. And I would totally put the shells with the chicken or something like that. That sounds divine. I love sangria. And again, this is a really great opportunity to pop out with that apple cider. As far as dinner goes, I am leaning towards some pork chops with apple butter and sage, and then I'll probably do some roasted potatoes or roasted like root vegetables as well. So like some potatoes, maybe some carrots, like good hearty vegetables. It's going to be a lot of apples. It's going to be a lot of squash. It's going to be a lot of sage, because that's kind of where we're at. But I would really like to maybe do something like this Mabon sangria. I'm a huge sangria gal. I love the ginger in it. I think, again, it's, you know, inching towards that time of year. Baked apples with salted caramel sauce. That sounds divine. I did jot down, oh, I 100% know what I'm doing for dessert. I'm going to do some apple pie egg rolls. Again, apple, apple on apple, apple, and then some more root vegetables. And then it leaves you a good space for notes in the back, which I think is really great. But overall, I think the workbook itself is worth it, and you can buy the workbook just by itself. I haven't decided what I'm going to be carrying over into 2024 in terms of if I'm going to continue the box or not. It is a little bit pricier, and I will say that it is worth it, but it is a bit pricier. So just, you know, do what you feel like is the best for you. You typically cannot buy these items individually unless you buy them from the actual company, and even then I've tried that a couple times and it's not always an available item. So please do keep that in mind, that these do tend to be more exclusive products. So in that, there's this beautiful art print with the bat. I love this. This is beautiful. It is from Astral Bat Print. So this is from kateohara.com. I will probably hoard this because it's beautiful. What is this? A stag pin. Oh, how pretty. And I think those are pomegranates. I can't. Oh, that's so, and it's made of copper metal. Okay, so again, you know, deer is one of the symbols. Copper is definitely one of the colors. That is lovely. It's washi! Oh my God. Okay, these, I have never even heard of this company. Root and Branch Paper. Okay. This is wonderful. And like, if you're not a fall person, oh my goodness. Okay, so total game changer. So if you guys have hung out for a little while, now I really wish I had opened this earlier, and I'm going to have to do some resituating in my planner for sure. I've already put down a washi for that week because I tapped out and I was like, I can't draw a washi this Sabbath. There's too much going on. I can't draw one for Samhain probably. It's too much going on. I'm exhausted, and I just was not in the mind frame. So I needed a really cute one for the week of Mabon, and I had already picked one. I have already put it down. If I can peel it up, I am 100% putting this in there. You've got these gorgeous moths, these absolutely beautiful leaves, acorns. This is, oh my God, this is everything. And then I definitely am going to be going down a rabbit hole and checking out this company as well later today. Next, okay, so let's see how many of these I have. I don't have a red adventuring. I have a green one. So we'll open this up. A yellow agate. I don't have that. A moon kite I do have, and I do have a tiger's eye. It's not a red tiger's eye. So let's see comparatively. I always feel like I open this box upside down and all kind of wrong. Okay, so this is gorgeous, and I do see that hint of like mahogany, like red, and I don't have one like that. This almost looks like my jasper, and I love when a rock is like this, where it's like not tumbled completely. That I have a pyrite like that. These are gorgeous. I love, love, love that each box comes with crystals, because as a crystal witch, I love my crystals. And it also was kind of, I think the first crystals I ever actually bought were based off of the Yule workbook as well. Sorry, now I'm like digging in here like a ferret. Okay, so the stag pin was from thepicketywitch.com. The washi was from rootandbranchpaper.com. The bat print was kateohara.com. The crystals come from crystalgrids.net. There are a ton of options. So if you're looking to gift someone crystals this year, this might be a really cool way to like have them packaged really nicely. And then obviously the workbook is Mabon, or from Ritual Planner. So there's that. Next, I want to look at this oil. This is Ghost Poppy. It's black tea, sandalwood, and amber. The first day of autumn. What is? Okay. You can add them to ceramic beads. You can put it in a misting diffuser. It's an aroma oil. I need to do a little bit more research because I don't know if this would like, oh, it smells divine. Oh my God, that smells so good. I don't have a diffuser or anything like that. I don't know if this can go directly on my skin. So there's that as well. But I will look into that. Again, please, if you have sensitive skin like me, please be careful with oils and lotions and all of those things. These are apple cider caramels, cardamom, allspice, cinnamon. I think these would be like a lovely little treat for me after my lunch without being like super naughty. And since I'm gonna have really, really, really yummy apple pie later, or I might melt some of these down and use it as like a drizzle. I could do that over the pie. Those are gonna be good. And they have a good food award, which is also nice. These are from littleappletreats.com. I would like to investigate more since their whole site is apple based. That would be really nice to learn about. Another thing that I have noticed about these boxes is they're typically small businesses, which I'm a huge fan of supporting. So there's that as well. This is Fall Equinox, and it is cedar, frankincense, and lemongrass. The first thing I can smell opening it is the lemongrass. And then if you kind of like hold your nose over it, you'll start to feel that warmth of the cedar come through. It's almost like when I breathe out and in. I know everyone's sick of me probably talking about, you know, trips and inching towards Halloween Horror Nights, but it almost smells a little bit like Horror Nights to me. Like I'm a fall girl. I'm sorry. Like I will shout it to the mountaintops, the rooftops, and any other tops of anything I can find. I am 100% a fall person. No regrets. And I am so excited that we're almost there and coming back from the mountains. I can tell you that it was cooler. It was much, much cooler even when we got out of the mountains because it was a bit humid coming home. But I can 100% tell you that fall is here, at least in Georgia and Tennessee, and I am so excited, and I will savor every moment of it flying by. But that being said, just kind of running through some things that I'm planning on doing that day, because I do try to always share my plans. Like I said, I'll be doing an apple cinnamon overnight oats, which I think is perfect if you're on the go, if you've got to work like me on Thursday and you just want to go ahead and start in that fall spirit. I think overnight oats can be packed down with loads of protein and be such a healthy option while kind of feeling like a fun, sweet treat. If you've got kids, you don't have to do the protein pack one. You can always do that. Just a, you know, normal kind of Quaker oatmeal type of thing. For lunch, I am leaning towards something very butternut squash, either pasta or soup, which may sound a bit heavy, but I really think I'm going to be pleasantly surprised by it. And I have been trying to practice lately having a little bit of a later but more dense lunch so that I can have maybe a later dinner with Jeff if that's necessary, or have a lighter dinner when I do get home. So that being said, we are going to be doing something involving apple butter and pork. I have even started kind of looking into, I'm like in a butternut squash rabbit hole. I've looked at everything from gnocchis to raviolis to soups. It really is just going to depend on what this week coming up brings. But like I said, I'm leaning towards a pasta, like a bake, so that it's done. I don't have to worry about it. And it's super easy to reheat and eat at the office, and pop a piece of garlic bread in there. And it's typically like a digital meeting day, so I'm not worried about stinking up the office with garlic bread. And then for dinner, pork, apple. I think it's going to be either apple butter pork chops or a tenderloin. And a tenderloin in the oven would be a great option for a working day. So that might be what we decide to do, with like root vegetables all over the pan. And this is probably, you could probably even throw like some asparagus, like chop up some asparagus tips in there just to give it some greenery, because I know obviously like squash and carrots and potatoes, it's a lot of browns. It's definitely in that color family. It's a great opportunity to add sage in legitimately everything that you can. But I hope that gives you some great ideas in terms of food. In terms of practices, I will be doing tarot. I'm trying to get back on the tarot train. I'm going to be doing a lot of journal catch up and a lot of gratitude. I had a very full weekend with the Tennessee trip. It was definitely a lot. It was a lot from Wednesday to Saturday, and the travel days were rough. They were really, really rough. My mom and I are just not very like in sync when it comes to how we travel. So it was a challenge for sure, but we really had a wonderful time. And now that the dust is starting to settle, I'm noticing that, some of those experiences I won't get again. And then there are certain things that I was very grateful to do, which, may sound really silly, but, like I saw a bear, like a wild bear, like not in captivity. Like it was just, it was a baby bear on top of that, which, hey, how can you not love a baby bear, even though it's terrifying? We were in the car, we were protected. We did not bait the bear. It was fine, but I know Mama was probably really close, and that's terrifying enough. So more or less, I really, I was grateful I saw a bear, which sounds weird. I actually got to ride the first roller coaster that I ever rode for this, basically the second time, in my life. And that was kind of magical when I thought back on how many roller coasters I've ridden at this point and all the park memories. I get very nostalgic, very grateful around this time of year, because I take stock of like what's happened in a year. And then I know you guys are probably sick of me here, me talking about Halloween Horror Nights, but when you think about 9 years worth of memories, or 8 years in my case, 8 years worth of backed up memories on this trip, and the people I've taken and the experiences I've had and the experiences they've had, and just the magic that this season creates for me. I'm so grateful, because I flourish completely, totally, utterly, deeply in this season, and I'm just looking forward to it. So I will shut up, but please share with me what you guys are doing for Mabon. Please let me know if you use the link to order. I would be so grateful. If this is not your vibe, but you do want to contribute in some way, you can always hit the super chat, or super thanks, I think is what happens on these videos. So make sure you hit that. And yeah, you guys can use any of the links that I provide in any videos. There are some in the Coffee Monster Co. videos. If you want a link or a discount code, please don't hesitate to reach out to me as well. If I have one, I'll give it to you if it's not already in a description. But thank you guys so much. And again, sorry for the later upload today. I hope you guys are all doing well. Looking forward to Mabon and fall and all the vibes. share all the things you're making, cooking, and planning for fall. I cannot wait to see what everybody's up to. But until next time, enjoy creating your own spooky little wonderlands. Bye, everyone.